Hello, I'm going to give you an overview of the Reach camera. The camera is designed to allow multiple ways to access nesting boxes or tree hollows for your monitoring purposes. This is achieved by the freedom you have with no external wires attached, allowing the camera to rotate 360 degrees on the horizontal plane and pivot 180 degrees on the vertical plane. To keep you safe and to extend your reach, the camera attaches to an extendable pole, allowing you to keep your feet firmly on the ground. This pole that I use comes in 3 or 4.5 metre lengths in 3 sections, allowing it to fold down to a length that's easy transportable. Now let's take a look at the camera. The lens is at the end of the insertion part. The distance from the centre of the lens to the rotation point is 250 mm or 25 centimetres. Next to the lens is the light, which can be turned on and off separately to the camera via the light button here. Care must be taken inserting the camera when wildlife monitoring. Never force the camera into a tree hollow or nest box, as you could hurt the resident. The insertion shaft is 28 mm in diameter, so you need to make sure you have adequate clearance so you do not have to force the camera in or out when doing your inspections. The main camera body has 2 parts to it. The Reach camera is made using adapted camera technology from the world of drones and first-person view. The first part of the main body is the camera. On top, here, is the on-off button. To turn the camera on, simply press and hold for approximately 3 seconds, or until you hear the camera beep. To turn the camera off, again, just hold the on-off button down until you hear the camera beep. The camera will shut down and no lights will be visible. At the back of the camera, there is a USB port for charging and for transferring files to your computer. To change the battery or insert an SD card, you simply slide the back cover to the left. The battery is removed by pulling the tab. Can be a bit tricky to grab sometimes. There you go. When inserting a battery, you need to make sure the orientation is correct. Then you simply push the battery back in, all the way. Inserting or removing an SD card. Again, you need to make sure the orientation is correct. Then simply slide the SD card in its slot until you feel it click and hold its position. To remove the card, give it a push. It will spring partly out, then you can grab it to fully remove. Again, to put the SD card in, make sure the orientation is correct. To remind you, there is a little orientation symbol here. The camera might not pick it up. Then, once again, insert the SD card into its slot, give it a push until you feel it click and hold position. To put the backing cover back in place, line the lugs up, then slide it to the right. The next part of the main body is the light compartment that holds the battery. The camera you received will have a screw here. Gently remove it by turning it anti-clockwise, then pinch, squeeze slightly, and slide the backing cover off. To remove the battery, simply unclip the battery connector and pull the battery out. It's just a standard 9-volt battery. Simply reverse the process when installing the battery. Clip the cover back in place and be sure not to over-tighten the screw when reinstating. I hope you've enjoyed the overview of the Reach HD250 camera. Next I will show you how to connect the camera to your phone for the first time.